Hi, this is Birgit Haugen with Superscum.com, and we are here at the Marquis Theater in Denver with Dave, vocals and guitar, and Phil from the band Revocation. Tour been going for a while, winding down. How's it been going?
It's been going great. We've been just really excited to be part of such a great thrash metal tour. All the bands are killer, and everyone's been getting along great, and the shows have been fun too. So it's been a really good time.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a dream come true for us, playing with legends like Forbidden.
Sounds like somebody's having sex.
But yeah, it's a trip, you know. We were really excited to get on this tour in the first place, and those guys have, you know, they're killing it every night. Like, their new album rips, and they're the nicest dudes ever. So it's been a great experience so far.
Now, your album Chaos of Forms doesn't hit the streets until mid-August. Why did you decide to tour prior to?
Well, we got the touring opportunity, and we said, you know, we got to take it. It's Forbidden, you know, thrash metal legends. And, you know, it's good because we're playing a couple new songs for the record live, so it's kind of a preemptive strike. We're kind of drumming up some support, you know, for the record before it actually even comes out. So, you know, let people know the record's coming out August 16th, and, you know, hopefully getting people excited about it, because a couple of the songs have come online now, so fans can now hear this stuff live and come check it out live.
Yeah, that was one of my questions too. How many new songs do you play live, and B, how does the audience react to your new material?
Well, right now we're doing two new songs live. We're doing Cradle Robber, which was one of the first songs that was put out, and we're also doing a song called Conjuring the Cataclysm, which hasn't actually come out yet. It's a little bit more of a slower song for us, so it's something different. So it's cool to see how the fans are reacting to the different material, and so far the reaction's been really positive, so we're excited.
Now, the new album, even though it didn't hit the street yet, but a lot of industry people already reviewed it, and it got by far the best reviews out of all of your albums. Did you do something different with this album than you did before?
I mean, I think basically we're just developing as musicians. I mean, and also a lot of the material of our first two albums was written when we were, you know, 18, 19, if not younger. So we have so much material worked out already. It's like finally we're now getting to record the material that we wrote when we were, you know, in our early 20s, and, you know, even up till now. So I just think we've just all matured a lot as players and as songwriters. And also, you know, this is, you know, Dave having spent as many years as he did at Berkeley, that's like, yeah, that's not bad, right? But yeah, basically it's just, you know, we also set out to do kind of a lot more of everything, and I don't know if it was contrived or, but it just ended up being a lot more diverse than other albums. I mean, you can hear anything on our album from.
Now, who are the main songwriters in your band, and what gave you the inspiration for Chaos of Forms?
Well, I write all the music, and I think just, you know, we just wanted to focus on like the songwriting this time around. So the inspiration for Chaos of Forms was just to be diverse and just to bring all of our influences, you know, whether they're, you know, from metal or, you know, other genres outside of metal, and just bring them together in a really cohesive way to make the best possible metal record that we can. And I think we've achieved that on this one. I think it's our best one.
Yeah, and to follow up on this one, all of you guys, that's kind of nice.
Tell us a little about it.
And there I was. All of you guys listen to all types of metal. Does that influence your writing style, your playing style, your performing style?
Yeah, definitely. You know, growing up, we were never just only listening to one kind. We were constantly discovering different genres, and, you know, whether it was, you know, like scouring for different thrash bands or early death metal, and then getting into like the more progressive styles, even genres outside of metal like jazz and, you know, classical or just hard rock. You know, every genre has something to offer, and I think combining them in a way that's, you know, cohesive and not trying to do too many different things at once is kind of what we're all about as a band. We really want to try and push the envelope, so it's not just, you know, one particular style of metal. I think at this point we've kind of moved away from just the, you know, thrash metal moniker.
I have a question, please.
Yeah.
You right there.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. You guys are described in the all-wise metal genre as a technical thrash metal band. I have issues with some of those genres.
Right.
How would you describe your band in a nutshell?
I mean, I think at this point we've kind of moved beyond trying to, classify ourselves in very specific terms. Like, I think if anything, we just refer to ourselves as a metal band. Yeah. And it's, the last thing we want is to be put in some sort of box where we feel like we couldn't write a song because it's too much of this or too much of that. Like, at this point, we don't want any type of music, even outside of metal, to be off limits to us creatively. So we will incorporate. Basically, our rule of thumb is if it sounds good to us, we're gonna play it, and we're gonna put it on record. And it doesn't matter what direction people want us to go in. Like, if we put out an album that's, maybe too technical or less technical or anything, like, the fact that people may be expecting certain things of us doesn't really come to light when we're writing. It's just, if we like it, we're gonna play it.
Now, I want to believe No Funeral was one of the first tracks that was released. Mm-hmm. Why this song, and was it your choice or the label's?
Going into it, we felt very strongly about that song, and it just so happened that the label and our management also felt very strongly about the song as well.
You're on Relapse, right?
We're on Relapse, yep. And they right off the bat they were like, we feel like this is a song that we'd like to put out there for fans to hear, because it's got a lot of different things going. It's got like a great groove section to it. It's very aggressive. It's thrashy. It's got kind of
it's got a great Scorpions-esque dual lead guitar.
Yeah. It's got like harmonized tapping, the whole works. So for fans to kind of check out that song, we were happy to give people a taste with that one. But at the same time, that's just one song off the record. You go to the very next track and it's totally different.
Right.
Like Phil was saying, we try to be diverse. I mean, you can hear aspects of thrash metal, death metal, grind. There's even some black metal influences. There's so much different stuff going on in the record. That's why we wanted to really just try and focus on saying, like, we're not just this type of subgenre anymore.
Right.
We're a heavy metal band, and we're influenced by all different genres of metal.
You recently were named top number one top modern metal guitarist by metalsucks.net. Did that help you, or did that help the band, or was it like, what the fuck?
I'll feel this one.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really cool. I think any kind of press like that's always good for a band. So I got a bunch of kids coming up to me at shows, congratulating me. It's like, oh, congrats on the number one Metal Sucks thing. So yeah, it's been really cool. I think maybe people that never have heard of our band before that go to Metal Sucks and were following the list, they probably were in for a shock when they saw me at number one. Right, exactly. So, but it's cool, it's exposure, and it was a surprise to me because they didn't let any, like, when I go to Metal Sucks, so when I initially first saw the list, I figured they would probably let, like, the people know that, like, who got on and who got, whatever. So, we didn't hear anything about it, so they told me in the van, like, oh, look who number one is. Like, oh, who got it? They're like, you did. And I was like, no, who really got it though? They're like, no, seriously. And they showed it to me. I thought they were, I still couldn't believe it. I thought they were fucking with me. I was like, what the hell? So it was really pleasant surprise, and it's definitely been good promotion for us so far. So yeah. You
guys used to be called Cryptic Warning. Mm-hmm. Is there a reason, A, why you changed your name in 2006, and B, the style of the music you played?
I think stylistically we didn't really make a conscious effort to choose anything. I mean, there were still many songs that we had written while we were Cryptic Warning that came out on Revocation albums. I think part of it is we had just felt like we just needed some sort of jump start for the band. That we'd put out a full length, 2 demos and a full length under Cryptic Warning, and I think self-released, and I think partly we felt like we had grown so much so quickly since we put out that album that we wanted people's first impression of our band to be extraordinary and something that was met our standards. And there were certain mistakes we made as Cryptic Warning, which we just kind of wanted to sweep under the rug, so to speak. So Revocation for us was kind of just a fresh start and just to, break out onto the scene with the confidence that we had developed since we put out that album.
You guys also have been friends with Havoc for years. How is it touring with them now, finally?
It sucks.
It's great. It's always awesome when you like go on tour with a band that you know prior, because there's always that relationship there. So it's been a blast, and it's just been great to watch them every night too, because we're all like legitimate fans of their band. So it's been great. They're super cool dudes. Everyone's getting along, and it's been great. We get to stay with them when we come through in Denver, so that's always nice too.
And on that note, and I mean, I know it's a stupid question, how is it touring with Forbidden?
Forbidden's awesome. It's really a dream come true for us, because we grew up. I had Forbidden Evil, I had Twisted into Form, and we just loved those records so much as kids, and just constantly playing them, and all the different like the riffing really inspired me to get my chops up, and so we were really influenced by Forbidden growing up. So when we got the email saying, hey, this tour's in the works, are you guys into it? It was an unequivocal, fuck yes, we were super into it. Yeah.
And since I'm dropping names here, how did you guys manage to get on the tour with Job for a Cowboy and Behemoth in Japan?
That was partly our good friend Alan, who's in Job for a Cowboy, was, I guess, dropped our name and they were into it. I mean, it was their...
Well, and it was really the booking agent. It was Mr. Nambu.
Yeah, Mr. Nambu.
Yeah. Definitely want to give a shout out to Mr. Nambu, because he was the one that was influential in bringing us over to Japan. He books over there. I believe his company is called Smash Booking. They do everything from like rock and metal. So we were super surprised, because a lot of times with like going over there, I mean, just the plane tickets alone to get to Japan, it's really hard to get over there. So we were super surprised on our very first record for Relapse. We got the offer to go to Japan, and it was a real honor to play in front of all the Japanese fans, and it was one of my top 10 life experiences I've ever had, was going over there. It was really awesome.
Any last words to your fans?
Just make sure that when our album leaks on the internet that you download it illegally and listen to it and tell your friends and buy a t-shirt at a show.
There you go. Very
nice. Check out the record, Chaos of Forms, August 16th, Relapse Records. Check it out.
Thank you.
Thank you.